the reason I lost the 2 first round, one of them I got a game loss because I had to carry.
Yeah, what's good YouTube? It's your boy JY Sharif, and today we've got a special guest. We're here with
Kristoffer Nielsen, everyone.
Yeah, so Kris has been a good friend of mine for like the last 5-6 years, and we travel a lot together, test a lot together, and we're friends outside the game. And yeah, it's about time I got you in for a pro player interview.
Yeah, I was a little bit jealous. All of the other like Tim and Darren and Tom was before me, but I had to come down this week.
Yeah, we finally got you on. Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, Kris has like 10 YCS tops, multiple European Championship tops. I think you finished top 8 Euros 2017.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a beast of a player. I think 2017 to 2018, you topped like 5 Premier events in a row.
Yeah.
And
I went undefeated to 2 of them.
Yeah,
in Swiss.
Yeah, it was YCS Prague 2017.
And then Jersey in America, so in 2 different countries as well.
Yeah. And also you finished top 5 in points, in World's points, pretty much 2 years in a row, I think. Or,
yeah, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
18 and 17.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just want to give you guys a little background about Kris, so you can find out more about him, because he's like a beast of a player, but I don't think not many people know much about him, So yeah, so tell us what got you into Yu-Gi-Oh?
What got me into Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, that's a good question. That was like a local old store that was next to where I live, like where you visited when you were in Denmark, or a little local store. They started selling like a magazine of different animes, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic cards and stuff like that. So I saw that. I collected some Pokemon cards when I was younger. And then I started to see the people and they played the card games in there, like they played Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, a lot of them down in the basement. And then I just saw the game and it looked really interesting. So I asked them like, what was it? And then they told me it was called Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I didn't know actually, because if I know, a lot of people don't know that well. Like I know me, like of course, but I can't read that good. So when I started learning the game, I couldn't really read the cards or anything like that. So I had to remember all the effects of all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And also this day I got a lot better nowadays. But yeah, so back in the days I had to people had to tell me what the cards did, and then I could remember it through what I played.
Yeah.
And also when I traveled and stuff like that for played tournaments. So, but then I saw the game, it looked really interesting. I really wanted to try it on, and then I bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I went into another store inside of the central of Copenhagen called Faro Cigar. Went in there, saw they played local every Saturday. We had a tournament there. There were really a lot of players there, but I couldn't really afford either to play. Like I wasn't that was really expensive to play when I started, like back in the days, 2009, 8 times of things. Like back then when I started playing, all the cards were way more expensive than nowadays. So I couldn't really afford So my first deck was like a really good deck, was like Gladiator Beast without the good cards in it, like a decent But then I started playing. I wasn't that good at it. Then I took I didn't travel to any events like YCSs or anything like that. Then I met a guy called Reggie in the Faro Cigar, like in the local, and he was really good with new players. He always been that, he really big shout out to him. Like he always took every new player. Yeah, Ricky Maston. He played Pokemon now, and he's really good at it as well. I haven't spoken to him for years though, but yeah, he's a really nice guy. And every time there come a new player into our store, the new local or stuff, like back in the days, there was a really tight community, all the good players there. So it wasn't that easy to get into our local unless you proved you were good at playing. And it was really hard in the beginning if you didn't know that well about the cards, and also about like what to do, like and what cards should you get. And a lot of people try back in the days, like they tried to trade with you and stuff like that, get you good cards, but you didn't know so much about it. I was a kid as well when I started. All the good players, they were like 20, like 18 years old, like all of the good players back then. So it's really hard for me to come in the beginning. But Ricky, he was really nice. Like he took me in, like teach me how to play, like different, showed me how to do like different things and do well and stuff like that. So I really appreciate what he did. And also Martin Lorentzen, another guy also that played at local after a few years when he saw I was okay to playing, and he took me under his wing as well and showed me how to do different stuff as well, like learn to getting better at the game. But I've always been different at playing, I think so, because I I can't because I can't read that good. So I remember really good. Like I remember like see different lanes and stuff like what other people don't do. And yeah, so that's really something else. Like when I play cards, like I see the game differently. I think so. That's like give me a little bit of advantage. That's why I did so well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And didn't. So that's a little bit about my background story. What I did, and then yeah, my first YCS was in YCS Brighton, I think so. Yeah, like back in 2011.
11. So you would have been like 12.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. Yeah,
Jeez.
that was my first YCS ever. Yeah, first time out of the country without my parents as well. Like they let me travel. I had to go to the embassy and ask for if it's okay I travel into this country with this person and stuff like that. And then that was like really that was really nice. Like it was my first time to London as well, the UK. And now I've been here more than 10 times. I've been here too much. I deserve a UK passport. Oh boy, yeah. So that's really it. Like that's my first one. I didn't do that well. I played Agents at that YCS.
Okay.
That wasn't the best deck. But and I couldn't really speak English when I was at travels. So every time, like when I tried to trade with people because I wanted to like trade it so I could get more stuff so I could keep playing because I couldn't really afford to play when I was a kid. So I asked like normally if I can see your binder, but I say can I see your map instead?
Your map?
Yeah, map, like a map. Yeah.
Oh wow, like Google Maps.
Yeah, I said that to every player, like because I wanted to see the binders, but I couldn't really say it, so that's why I just can I see your map, and then afterwards, now I got way better in English than I was there. Just so you know, it's like
yeah.
But yeah, that's it, and then off from there, just like enjoyed the game, and I really wanted to be good at it. Like I wanted to like have some. I did. I haven't done okay. Like I haven't won yet, but hopefully.
Yeah, soon. The win is coming soon. Don't worry.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you just gotta keep breaking through the top cut. Eventually, at some point you get that. I haven't won an event yet either. I'm still chasing that too. Don't worry, man.
But you've been to Worlds though.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's your like favorite deck of all time?
My friend Christian back home asked me that a lot as well. What my favorite deck?
Yeah.
I don't know actually what is my favorite of all time, but I played so many different decks over you have probably as well, like over the last couple of years since I played. But the first deck I ever played I played White After Brighton. I bought a whole Dino Rabbit deck, and I really like that deck a lot. So I think Dino Rabbit is probably one of my favorite decks to play.
Okay, cool.
From back in the days.
Yeah, solid choice. And let's say when you first started playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And you were getting into it and starting to become like more competitive, who was like your role model? Like who was the one player that you looked up to the most?
When I was a kid, I saw a lot of because when I was a kid, when I started to play it as well, when I wanted to get good after the YCS and stuff like that, I checked so much YouTube. I just look old players played, Adam Corn and all the old people for his team and stuff like that. Joe Gelando, I think he was my idol back then. I think he's because he played Dino Rabbit as well. So I really looked up to him and looked at all his deck profiles and stuff like that. So
Joe would be your number one favorite.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and he's recently started doing a YouTube series,
as
right?
well, yeah. I was really happy to see that. I saw a lot of them as well.
Yeah.
He was one of them like I really looked up to when I was a kid. Like he did really well with different decks as well. But yeah, he was one of them for sure. I looked up to when I was a kid. I saw a lot of his videos and stuff like that. And
now, so we got like your role model. So what's your Yu-Gi-Oh highlight? Like what's like your favorite memory from playing and traveling to events? Like your number one highlight moment?
Number one moment. I think that was when I lost in top 8 at Euros. That was a nice moment as well because unfortunately I lost. But Marcello, he was just on fire. But that was probably my biggest achievement, and also the hobby. So like I wasn't happy for losing in top 8, but I was like pretty happy because I know I could do it, like get so far in the tournament. So that's why I love it. That was one of my favorite one. And also I had other trip as well. That was to LA regional. That was probably one of my funniest trip ever.
When was that?
When was that? I think it was in 17 as well. I think it was 16 or 17. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, PK Fire was a good day.
So that was 2016.
Yeah, I played PK Fire in LA regional. That was probably one of the funniest trips I ever had.
Yeah.
Like it was. Like,
how'd you do?
I finished X2 at the regional because like
I think it was like 1,000 player regional, right?
No, 1,200 players. So it's like a YCS.
And
so
then what place did you come?
34.
34. Okay, wow.
So I lost all them top 32. But that's probably one of the favorites, like one of the favorite trips ever I had on. Like just like everything that happened at the venue and also on the trip to the venue and stuff like that. And it's just like it was a really good trip.
Was that with Gramps?
Yeah, it was Grams. Yeah,
that was your first kind of trip together, right?
That was the first. Yeah, I met up with him in. We met up with him in LA. I was flying with Benno back then from Germany.
Yeah, Junk's Playground. Benno.
Yeah, Junk Playground Benno.
Yeah,
like everybody know who he is, man. Like that was. Yeah, we fly there. We met up with this guy that now he's like one of my best friends as well. Like we call him Grandpa. We met up with him. I didn't know anything about it. I know who it was. Of course, he was. A vendor and stuff like that, and a guy from the UK, but I don't know so much about him. And we just had like the funniest trip together. Like we bonded really good over the weekend, and we just like laughed so much. And like Benno, he was so angry at us, like the whole trip. Like we were just like, I broke 2 kids with me. Like Grabs, he's a little bit older than I am. We had just probably one. The reason I lost the 2 first round, one of them I got a game loss because I had to carry Grams to the hospital because he injured his ankle.
So you missed the round?
I missed the round.
Oh, jeez, Grams. Oh, wow. He had to take you to hospital.
No, I had to help him down first.
To the nurses.
Yeah, I had to do that. That's why I lost That's why I lost the 2 first round. He dropped me actually.
I have to say, you're a real friend. You're a real friend for doing that. He's at a regional and he was late to his round because he had to take his friend to the nurses for first aid. So I don't think many Yu-Gi-Oh players out there will do that. So friends come first, Yu-Gi-Oh is second. All right.
Did. And he actually dropped us from the tournament because in America, if you don't show up to the first round, they drop you from the tournament.
Yeah.
So I had to went up there and he had to get proof. I actually went to him to the nurses.
Wow.
Otherwise they wouldn't let me into the tournament again.
Jeez.
But they did that, and then the next round I just got bodied. Like I couldn't do anything. I just lost.
So you started 0-2.
I lost 2 and then I won the rest of them.
How many rounds did you win?
We played 11. So I won 9 in a row.
So you went 0-2 because you had to take Gramps to get first aid.
Yeah.
And then you won the next 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're a savage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's imagine if that was a YCS and you made top. That would be the craziest story.
Well, it would be a really nice if I made. I wanted to go top cut like really badly as well, but it's just like it was okay. It's like I helped a friend out and we had like amazing weekend. When you're in America, go Fogo de Chao. I can really recommend it.
Yeah. That's like Gramps is like one of his favorite places to eat as well.
It's mine as well. It's like it's insane food. Like don't go Hollywood though. Don't take the lemonade. That's that little bit like remember no refill there. But yeah, otherwise it's just like that's probably the funniest trip I had. Like.
Sweet, man. So 2 highlights: LA Regionals 2016. And then 2017 was Euros when you made top 8.
Yeah.
And lost to Marcello Barberi. Yeah. That in 2017 that was the event me and you like proper became friends.
Bonded. Yeah.
Because we played in round 11 of Swiss when we were both guaranteed top.
Yeah.
And I remember you were playing in top cut. I think you were like top 32, right?
Yeah.
And I went and got you. You was like, yo, can you get me a chocolate bar and a Coke? And I went to get him some snacks. I got the chocolate bar and some Coke.
I needed sugar.
Yeah, I had to help keep this guy fueled to keep plowing through top cut.
Yeah, but it helped like that was pretty fun. Appreciated that.
Nah, it's alright, bro. Now, what advice would you give to like young and up and coming players? Like recently we had like COVID, the lockdown, and loads of players have come back to the game, and people playing Master Duel and stuff. So, what advice would you give to like young people or people who are just new to the game, trying to get into it and trying to get good? What advice would you give?
What advice would I give a new player? Well, of course, like it's really important. I think so in Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Like have a group of people you trust enough to share ideas with, and also decks with. Like we have a little group us together. Like we talk about like every time. Also, if you're watching a feature match, me and you together, we're questioning everything that happened in the feature match. So always gonna to have different perspectives on the match. I think that's really good, especially just take time, like what deck you're playing. Don't rush it. Just if you go bad at one tournament, don't think the bad deck is bad. Just keep playing it. Like think about it's a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is think outside of the box, like what other people won't do, so you get like a little bit of advantage. I think that's really important as well.
Yeah.
So if you can do that as well with a different deck, like, and just keep playing it, like learn what the weakness is of the deck. And also a good thing I do, because like a lot of people would like to play either control or combo decks. I think it's really important to like learn what the both two can as well, like so you can even play control and you can also go to play combo decks. I'm not really a big fan of trap card. I know you don't like the trap cards either, like especially Grandpa, he hate trap cards, like, but that's just thing, like if you can play both sides of the game, so you can even play control or you can play combo, that give you like a really big insight of all the decks, what they can do. I think that's really, and then just like read your cards, or in my situation, let somebody tell you what the cards do and understand it, and also try to interact with different hands. Like a lot of the people as well, like when they see a nice combo deck or something like that, they start playing it, but if they get stopped on the way, they have to figure out what the next route is to the same combo. I think that's when you get good at it as well. Like if you can know specifically when you activate a card, you already know if you activate that, what are you doing next. So just take your time, learn, test with your friends or the people you trust in your group, and then just keep getting better.
Sweet, man. I agree with everything you said there. So finding a group that you're comfortable with, that you can trust, and have a good time with, and making sure you can learn how to play control decks and combo decks, so learning how to play the different decks in the format, and just taking your time to practice. And that's some solid advice there, guys. And so any shouts, any last words?
I have of course, thank you for having me on the channel, and thank you for Grams and JY for having me for a week. I stayed here for a week. We played regional, and Cody, the taxi driver, he gotta have a big shout out as well. Without him, we had to take the bus, man, and that's not happening in this country. So big shout out to him as well. And Grams behind the scene, like he liked to be in the shadows like Batman does, like get away a little bit, but he's like every deck we always play. Like if you haven't seen, go and check my deck profile out. Like it's looked like the Federal Reserve. Somebody commented on my first time.
Federal Reserve. The high rarities.
All the cards in the decks, like you can. All of them are just like crispy good. So big shout out to him to borrow me cards like all the time if I need anything. And then everybody back home, Alan, Christian, Storm, Smith, everybody in the chat, Faller, like everybody in our group chat, Anton, Honors, like so many that helped me through the last couple of years for playing, and I like travel with the Danish guys as well. And that's it,
Sweet, Though you'll be seeing Kris more often. Like he comes down to the UK a couple times a year. As he said, he might as well be like a citizen here. How often he comes. So when we travel to events together, you'll be seeing him more often. And thanks for your time, bro. Really appreciate it.
Of course.
And like and subscribe for more, guys.